Welcome everyone. Welcome to this video. Today's topic that we are going to cover is making the Constitution of India. Yes. What is Constitution? Constitution is the basic law of the land. And how this Constitution was made. What is Constituent Assembly? When the first meeting happened, when our Dr. Rajendra Prasad elected as president and then President of India, how much time it take to make the Constitution of India, and all other details that we are going to cover in this video. So first topic that we will see is demand for a Constituent Assembly. How the demand for Constitution Assembly was made in our country. So the first person was M. N. Roy. In 1934, this person M.N. Roy proposed the idea of a Constituent Assembly to make the Constitution for India. Then in 1935, in the next year, our Indian National Congress (INC) officially demanded Constituent Assembly to make the Constitution, to frame, to create the Constitution for India. And then when in 1937 election took place and Congress got the majority of the provinces, major of the provinces, then in 1938, in one of the meetings, Jawaharlal Nehru declared that the constitution must be framed without outside interference. As you know, in 1927, Simon Commission came, and Simon Commission was to make the working to review the working of 1919 Act and to suggest some changes. But in Simon Commission, 7 members were there, and out of that 7 member, no person was from India. All the 7 person from Europe, from Britain only, and that was the insult to Indian. But now in this time, when this idea was discussed in 1938, Jawaharlal Nehru declared that our constitution must be framed without outside interference. We will make the constitution of India from the people of India itself. Then in 1940, this demand was accepted by the British government. So British government accepted the demand of having Constituent Assembly in the August offer. So one offer came in India. Viceroy in India gave the offer to Indian leaders in 1940 that we will make Constituent Assembly for you people, so that you will make the Constitution of India. So what happened in 1939? Second World War came, and British want to have active participation from India so that they can fight a war with the help of India. And that is why in 1940, Viceroy here, they gave the offer in the form of August offer, like we will help you to form the Constituent Assembly. But that was not accepted by the people in India because they wanted some more reform. Next, what happened? In 1942, Cripps mission came to India. Cripps mission proposed independent constitution after World War II, but it was rejected. It was not successful. Then in 1946, finally, cabinet mission came to India, and cabinet mission proposed a constituent assembly, and it was accepted. And based on that, we got the framework to make the constituent assembly, who will in future create the constitution for India at that time. Now, what was the composition of constituent assembly, the body which is making the constitution for India at that time? So Constituent Assembly constituted in November 1946 under Cabinet Mission Plan. Yes. The total strength of the assembly was 389 members, and it is coming from some provinces, like from British India. Out of 389, British India have 296 seats, and then princely states were given 93 seats. Representatives from this British India were elected by provincial legislature, and the method was indirect election method through proportional representation. However, in princely states, the representatives were nominated. So we can say that the Constituent Assembly, which was making the Constitution of India, it was not purely elected body, and it is also not purely nominated body. The assembly which is making the constitution was partly elected body, which is indirect election, and partly nominated body. So we can say that our constituent assembly was partly elected and partly nominated body. And which method of election? It was indirect method of election and nominated body. Now, next point is when election held for the Constituent Assembly. So in July, August month, the election was held in 1946. Congress got 208 seats. Muslim League won 73 seats and other party got 15 seats, and that was the composition of the Constituent Assembly from the party point of view. Now, about the composition of Constituent Assembly, the first meeting of this Constituent Assembly was held on December 9, 1946, but it was boycotted by Muslim League because they demanded Pakistan, a new state for the people who belong to Muslim religion majorly. So first meeting was held on 9th December 1946, but it was boycotted by Muslim League. Dr. Rajendra Prasad was elected as president. Now, let's talk about objective resolution. You know, preamble today, it says, we the people of India having solemnly to resolve our constitution into then different principles and nature of the state is given. So preamble. So before it is passed as preamble, the name of that document was objective resolution. So, objective resolution was moved by Jawaharlal Nehru on December 13, 1946. It declared India as an independent sovereign republic. Today we can see that this sovereign republic word is there in the preamble. It laid the foundation for justice, equality, liberty and fraternity. It was adopted on January 22, 1947. Now, what were the changes which was made by Indian Independence Act 1947? So, meanwhile, Indian Independence Act 1947 was passed, and it declared that the assembly, that Constituent Assembly, became fully sovereign. Now, our assembly is fully sovereign after 1947, 15th August. This assembly only became the legislative body. It acted as the first parliament of free India. Membership reduced from 389 to 299 because of the partition. So Muslim League member, they joined Pakistan, and that is why from 389 now the membership remains, the total is 299. So 299 members which are going to make the Constitution of India. Let's talk about the committees of the Constituent Assembly. So major committees are there. So Union Power Committee, the chairman was Jawaharlal Nehru. Then Union Constitution Committee, same chairman is Jawaharlal Nehru. Provincial Constitution Committee, in that chairman was Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. Drafting Committee, chairman Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Advisory Committee on Fundamental Rights, chairman Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. Rules of Procedure Committee, chairman Dr. Rajendra Prasad. State Committee, chairman Jawaharlal Nehru. Steering Committee, chairman Dr. Rajendra Prasad. So these are some of the data that you need to know for the examination point of view. Now let's talk about membership of the drafting committee. Drafting committee was constituted on August 29, 1947, and chairman was Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Members are N. Gopalaswamy Iyengar, Aladi Krishna Swamy Iyer, Dr. K. M. Munshi, Syed Muhammad Sadullah, N. Madhav Rao. He replaced B. L. Mittal, and then T. T. Krishnamachari. He replaced D. P. Khaitan. So in that way, we have 7 members in the drafting committee. Next, about drafting committee, it was formed on 29th August 1947. First draft was prepared on February 1948. Second draft was prepared on October 1948, and final adoption of the draft was on 26 November 1949. You know, in preamble the date is mentioned. Like on this date, we adopt, enact, and give ourselves to this constitution, and that date is 26 November 1949, which is mentioned in the preamble. Enactment of the constitution on 4th November 1948. First reading of the draft took place. 26 November 1949, constitution adopted and it was signed, and this date is mentioned everywhere. And 26 January 1950, our constitution came into force and it became Republic Day. Our constitution, our country become Republic, and this was the Republic Day. So on 26 January every year, we celebrate Republic Day. Total article of our constitution is 395. Now it is amended many times. Total schedule originally at 1950 it was 8. Today it is expanded and now 12 schedules are there in our constitution, and also we have 22 parts of the constitution in Indian constitution. What is the significance of 26 January 1950? We know, like 26 November 1949, we adopted, we enacted our constitution, but we celebrate every year 26 January 1950 as a Republic Day. Every year 26 January, and 26 January 1950 chosen to make our country as a republic and to give effect to our constitution. Why? What is the significance of 26 January 1950? First, it symbolized Purna Swaraj Day 1930, like at the bank of river Ravi. We took oath. So member of the Congress committee took oath, and they took oath that they will not surrender their rights, their proud, their respect to the Britishers. And that next 26 January declare as to celebrate this moment. It marked a transition from British rule to sovereign democratic republic, and that is why 26 January is very significant for our country. Some notes. Let's took some notes. So, Indian constitution is deeply influenced by British rule and global democratic traditions. So, British rule, we have some rules which were made by British, like Regulating Act 1773, 1781, 1784, Pitts India Act. We have 1909 Murli Minto Reform. We have 1919 Chelmsford Act. We have Government of India Act 1935. Many acts which influence the Constitution of India, and also global democratic tradition influence Indian Constitution. It was drafted through extensive deliberation over 2 years, 11 months and 18 days. So our constitution was prepared in this time period. It took 2 years, 11 months and 18 days. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, chairman of drafting committee, regarded as the father of Constitution of India for his pivotal role in drafting and guiding the constitution formation. Now let's talk about the sources of Indian constitution. We took inspiration from many constitution and many formalities of the world. So our feature parliamentary system in our constitution, we borrow from Britain. Fundamental rights borrow from Bill of Rights from USA. Directive principle of state policy borrowed from Ireland. Federal system borrowed from Canada. Emergency provision borrowed from Germany. Fundamental duties borrowed from USSR, Russia. Judicial review we borrow from United States of America. That is that are some of the sources from which we borrow some significant features. Now let's talk about some key feature of Indian Constitution. First feature is Indian Constitution is the longest written constitution of the in the world. More than 465 article. We have more than 465 article in our constitution. Next, federalism with strong center. So we have this feature as federalism, but we are also having strong center. Whenever emergency or some abnormality arise, center got more power. Center get more power. So division of power between union and state is there, but our central government is having more power. Fundamental rights and fundamental duties we have in our constitution. It protects citizens' rights and make them responsible. duties are given to the citizens. Next is directive principle of state policy. They are guideline for socio and economic development for our country, for the government. Next is parliamentary system. President in our constitution, in our country, is the constitutional head, but real power lie with the prime minister. We have single citizenship, unlike USA. We are not like USA. India provide one citizenship for all. So this was the detail. Now let's look at some of the question. First question: when was the Constituent Assembly of India formed? The correct answer, when the assembly was formed, the correct answer is 1946. Next question: the idea of Constituent Assembly was first proposed by whom? Answer is M.N. Roy. Answer is M.N. Roy. Next question: the Constituent Assembly was formed under which plan? The correct answer is Cabinet Mission Plan. Next question: who was the temporary chairman of the first meeting of the Constituent Assembly? Temporary chairman, not permanent chairman. So who was the temporary chairman? It was Sachidanand Sinha. So Sachidanand Sinha was the temporary chairman of the Constituent Assembly. But if the question is asking about who was elected as permanent president of the Constituent Assembly, then the answer is Dr. Rajendra Prasad. Then next question: how many total member were there in the Constituent Assembly before partition? Here the question is, here the answer, how many total member were there before partition? So the answer is 389 members. Yes. Next question: who was the chairman of the drafting committee? The answer is Dr. B.R. Ambedkar was the chairman of the drafting committee. Yes. Next question: how many members were there in drafting committee? Correct answer is 7 members were there in drafting committee. Next question: when was the first draft of the constitution prepared? The correct answer is first draft is prepared. The correct answer is 1948. Next question: how long did it take to draft the Indian Constitution? The correct answer is 2 years, 11 months and 18 days. So option C is the correct answer. Next question: when was Indian Constitution adopted? The correct answer is 26 November 1949. It is mentioned adopted. 26 November 1949. Next question: when did Indian Constitution came into effect? The correct answer is 26 January 1950. Yes. Next question: the idea of fundamental right in Indian Constitution was borrowed from where? The correct answer is United States of America. Next question: the idea of directive principle of state policy was borrowed from where? The correct answer is Ireland. Next question: the idea of parliamentary system of government in India was taken from? The correct answer is United Kingdom. Next question: emergency provision in our constitution, Indian constitution, were influenced by which country? The correct answer is Germany. Next question: India has which type of citizenship according to the constitution? The correct answer is single citizenship. Yes. Next question: which of the following is not the feature of Indian constitution? The correct answer is presidential. We don't have presidential system of government. We have parliamentary system of government. So answer is B. So here we are completing our video. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you so much.